lies knee-high in South Bitter Creek, and I'm told it's time for bath. I soaked up and bent over and scrubbing on my calves, when I hear a bunch of giggling and I turn around and see, I'm completely screwing up the words, Waddie, but there's a whole line of Girl Scouts gawking right at me. Well, there I stood as they marched by, and me with no robe to don, and things could have got explicit, except I had my long johns on. Well, that could have been embarrassing, could have been plain wrong. My long johns needed washing, or I mightn't have had them on. My long johns on, my long johns on, something you should always make sure to have on. I wasn't inappropriate or doing wrong, no, it's all good. I had my long johns on, my long johns on, my long johns on. Without them, this'd be a different song. Thank gosh they started smelling rough and strong. It's all good, I had my long johns on. We's having us a picnic over there at McDougal Lake, eating ham and sweet potatoes and some German chocolate cake. Well, we brung along some swimsuits, so we hid and put them on. When I dove off this big rock, my suit slipped and it was gone. I ain't no deep sea diver. Where they sunk, they'll always lay. Luckily, I had my long johns on, which saved our picnic day. Well, that could have been embarrassing, could have been plain wrong. My long johns needed washing, or I mightn't have had them on. My long johns on, my long johns on, I'm lucky that I always seem to have them on. It ain't as if they saw me in a purple thong, no, it's all good. I had my long johns on, my long johns on, my long johns on. Without them, this'd be a different song. Thank gosh they started smelling rough and strong. It's all good, I had my long johns on. We'd been to see Tom Selleck at the moving picture show, then went back to her apartment where things didn't happen slow. She excused herself to freshen up. I stripped down while she was gone. She returned and screamed until she saw that I had my long johns on. Well, that could have been embarrassing, could have been plain wrong. My long johns were just fresh washed, or I mightn't have had them on. My long johns on, my long johns on, something you should always make sure to have on. It ain't as if she thought I was doing something wrong, no, it's all good. I had my long johns on, my long johns on, my long johns on. How often do you hear about them in a song? Under outer garments is where they belong. It's all good, I had my long johns on. It's all good, I had my long johns on. Yes, it's all good, I had my long johns